Well, I had found myself in a bit of a pickle. I want to put siding on the lower half of this wall, and I thought I had a really good idea. Well, let me explain exactly what went wrong. So my original idea was to sandwich these two corner plates together and fill the back side with a different pattern or design. Well, if I decide to stick this on the bottom and stick this one on the top and put these together, I have a half of a plate opening. That's not what I want. So I thought about other types of bricks and pull that out real quick. We've got these. These are really cool. I like this style of brick with the knobs. However, they don't make these in white. So that's not going to work. Because I was simply going to just do this. Then of course you can stick your slopes on here and it'd be seamless. Well, without these being in white, that's not going to do any good. So how do I do this? Where do I start? Well, I like to keep it just like this because I'm planning on adding a bit of a wall trim on top, because I want to put the siding on like so and have this hang over. I thought this was going to work, but it's not, so I'm going to have to hang the wall over about that much to do so. Now I could have skinned the whole front of the house, but I don't have any olive green flat tiles, so I can't do that either. What do I propose to do? Well, I've been rummaging through some parts, and couldn't I just do this? Still got your three knobs on like that, and if I were to stick this, and let's just stick that in there as a filler, that would work perfect, right? Then I can just simply set that down on there. And by looking at the bottom, looks like we can clear some studs as well. So this actually will work. Now the question is, do I have enough of them? Well, only time will tell. I'll just have to push the top of the wall out a bit to put the brick molding or siding molding, I don't know what they call it. So where do I start with this? Well, I could just simply, now remember this is going to be tiled here, and I'm probably going to put the ground level, I'm going to say put the dirt right here, so I can hang these over like this. Well, that's not going to work, so I'm going to have to fluff that up with a plate. So I'm going to have to use a white plate for this. So that means all these are going to have to go. Now the question is, do I have enough? Well, I'm going to use some of these right here. But I have to remember with the end, if I stick this here, oh wait a minute, never mind, that would work. I was thinking of something else. So I could just do this, and it will kind of look off inside, but we're going to fill that in anyways. So what I'm going to need to do is build this whole row up here with another plate. So I'll just stick a roll of white plates in here. I wanted to keep this as seamless as possible. Well, that's just not going to happen. So let's see, how do I go about doing this? Well, maybe if I don't want to have that whole white edge exposed, I could just take these. Well, that won't work either because I got the side of the garage and this whole edge, so that's going to be exposed. There's no other way to hide that. I wish I could just use these. These are so tempting, but just don't have the right color or enough of them. So let's make sure that I have enough, because I don't want to deal with it. So let's just set these down. Now I do have plenty of these. I do have a whole container full of these right here. So I'm set up with that. Now let's make sure that I have enough. And I got enough of these, so I can just shove these here. So it's going to be one of these projects where I'm just going to have to plate the whole thing in, just plate it in. I'm just going to crudely set these down just roughly. We don't need that. Now, I'm going to have to figure out how to get around that there. Remember, I'm going to have to raise this up, which you cannot see, for the porch. So if I raise this up a plate, I can't put a tile down there, but I'll figure that out. That's later on down the road. I can always just pop all this off. And I know someone's gonna say, why didn't I script this and plan out the camera angle better? Well, that's why I like doing these update raw uncut videos, because I don't have to spend time editing something out. So now, as far as this is concerned, do I have enough for this? Well, let's pull out all these out. And these are the ones I was worried about running out of. Well, I got plenty of them. Alright. So, let's grab a few of these. I think I'll have enough. Keeping my fingers crossed here. You know, I don't want to be like one short and just pull out my hair thinking, how am I going to hide it? Maybe put a bush or something in front of it. And indeed, we do have enough. Kind of wish we can leave that corner open, but what the heck, you know. So it's just, that's the wrong kind. Alright, so I need them to go down, not up. Do I have, oh, I do have one left, so this would go here. Alright, then just take these, stick them on the top like that. So that's pretty much how I'm going to do it. Now, I wanted to make this a whole entire update. Oh, I forgot about this guy. See, you got to be careful with this, because one short would kill your project. So now I need to get some plates. What color do I use? Well, olive green plates are a bit of a rarity for me, so I'm going to have to use white on this. So let me drop a few of those in there, and we'll return with another little update on that. Now I got my plates on the top. Let's start laying in these angle plates. Now, I was trying to fish out some 1x1 plates and had spilled the bin all over the floor, which took about a good 20 minutes to pick up. So these better be worth it. Stick that right in there, because I'm going to have to fill this whole thing in. And then I'll have to fill in the 1x2 voids around the interior. So let's just start working on that now. It's nice to have all my parts sorted. It's not nice when they spill over the floor and you're using some very colorful language just to avoid it. Matter of fact, I'm just kind of curious. Oh, that does work. So see, I can put tile right up against that and that would look really good. So here we go. There we go. Let's get this going here. So see, sometimes you have a mistake. It's not too bad. You don't have to worry about it. So I can still tile on the top of this and it would still look good. Left that open there, but I'd like to, well, I could just stick a couple of 1x1s in there. That would be fine. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I want to make this corner pretty sturdy. Well, let's kind of make a makeshift thing real quick. And I mean, I simply could have just done an update on this, but that would be pretty darn boring. You know, I could do, you can't do that either way, huh? Well, you know what, I guess I could. I could do is stick a 1x2 plate on that and just shove two 1x1s in that corner. Well, put a 1x1 here. Alright. Now, what I'd like to do is put a little bit of a design in here, because it's going to look kind of boring. So I was thinking about using some palisade bricks. I don't ever really use this orange color. So I could just set this inside of here as a filler. And put this on the top, like that. Now, of course, we're not going to be able to do that, so I want to beef up the bottom again. So what I'm planning on doing is put another row of plates on this. And to build that up, if I can find the bin with the 1x6s. Okay. And yes, these are kind of like ASMR videos. Some prefer to hear me put together bricks. So I don't like to edit things too much anyways. So think of this as a tutorial. I haven't done a tutorial in a long time, but this is more like raw uncut to show you exactly what I have to deal with when making a mock. So we're going to have to do this side. It's the same thing pretty much. Do that. Okay. Ready? And then a little one on the end. We don't want these, we want these. This is the key. Now I can just come in here and fill this in. Let's get some 1x2 plates. And when I do these type of raw uncut things, these are always enjoyable to do, to show you all the pain that goes into these projects. Now I got to crown off the top of that. That's not too bad, just 3 1x6 plates, that'd be enough. Okay, you will see this end, however we are going to hide the palisade bricks. So now all I want to do is take the palisade bricks and put them in here. Well, what color am I going to make the inside of the bedroom? I do have several colors, but just to keep it simple, keep it pretty neutral. Let's start, well, I got an idea. Let's make sure we don't run out first. I'm going to come back in here and stick these in here. Okay, so we can decorate the inside of it, make it look like wainscoting or paneling on the lower half of the wall. This will make things look a little more rustic inside, like a cabin. And alright, I got a bin that's about to fall, which is getting me worried because I don't want to have to pick that up. Okay. Okay, now for around the garage, I'm just going to stick 2 1x2 white bricks. Alrighty. Now just imagine that's going to be on the inside. You won't see that. And for the bedroom, we are going to do this. Okay. And then I'm going to fill that in with something. And let's get some more of those dark orange palisades and keep my fingers crossed and hope I have enough to fill that in. Okay, now if I imagine if I had all this sorted by color, I wouldn't be able to grab palisade bricks out very easily. So let's see, I just need one more. I'm hoping I have one. Oh, there we go. I was getting kind of worried there. Now, let's put these on top. Very easy. So I can just set these like that. Okay? Then I got this nice panel inside. Alrighty, let's just hope I have enough of those. Now, does it really matter? No. I only think I have 2 of these, so why don't I just stick one of these over here by the garage that you can't see, because I have to go around a window there. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, and then I can just shove these right here. I could just do the whole thing with these if I really wanted to, and I may just do that. Then I can avoid filling that in with a 1x2 or a 1x1 plate. And I want to have to pick those up off the floor again. Now, there they are, I was going to say. Alright. So now you can't see it, and the corner will be finished off too. So it will not be visible from the exterior of the house. That's the wrong kind. That's not supposed to be in there. See, even when I sort, I still make boo-boos. Alright. Let's do the front part. This I'm just going to drop a straight white brick there. Just some 1x2s. This is not too critical over here. You can always hide it with something. Now I want to put a window here, a big window, and I was hoping I can drop it down. And I'm looking at this right now. How do I do that? Well, we can work around that. So let's pop some of these out and see. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. So what I want to do is put a window right here and set it right on the top. This is going to be a big, large window. So how do I do that? Well, if I can find those ones that wrap around again, that would be cool. And let's see if that actually works. Well, indeed it doesn't. Well, how do we do that now? Let's take a look. Let's take a closer look. So basically I'm doing something like this. Something playing tricks on me or something? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. So, here's a bit of a problem. I'm thinking of this differently. I may have to pull out some of those plates and stick them like this. Well, that's okay, but I want to put the window right on top of this. Well, I could just simply pop all those out at the bottom, stick them in like that, and I can easily sandwich that with the brick. Pretty unique. Now, to line it all up on the inside, that's going to be a bit of a chore. But we'll see how this looks. So let me go ahead and rip all this apart again. And help if I get a brick separator. I always get comments asking, why do my bricks squeak? I don't know. Okay. I have no clue. It's probably because it's friction. Okay, so I'm going to need to pop that off and that off. And I'm going to need to go all the way down to the bottom of this. Well, let's take a look. I can't do that either. Okay, just cannot do it. But I could just use these instead and stick them at the bottom. See? Well, looks like it won't reach it. So I'd like to say some very colorful language right now, but I can't. So, how do we go about doing this? You know, I'd like to... There's just some things that you cannot do. You know, you just cannot do in Lego. And you get to that point of, how do I fix it? What do I do? You remember, we just can't do this. It's got to hang over something. can't just stick this on here because you got that same problem again. Still got that plate and a half. So, and if you wanted to do it, you couldn't. Well, there's always another way to do things. Let me put that back together, and I won't be able to put a big window in there, but sometimes we just have to deal with it. I really wanted to drop and have a big window in there. Well, that's just not going to happen. Yeah, so where the heck did this go? Oh, wait a minute, that's right. Remember I put those plates on the top. Alright. There. Let's put one of these by the garage. Okay, I'm finding all these upside down ones. Alright. I really like to get siding on here so I can show you what my progress is. So remember, we can't go around this. It's going to look kind of funny. I wish I could just set something on the top. You really can't without having a gap at the bottom. So we're going to say fudge it, and we are going to, well, keep all the windows the same height. Now if I was skinning this wall, it would be real easy. But since I don't have any olive green flat tiles, that's not going to make it easy. So this is the best that I can do. Is I can shove this guy here at the end. Then let's fill in the field. I'm finding a bunch of these that I don't really need. Okay, there we go. And we can put this up here like that. It's a bunch of 1x1s, but at least it locks this in a little better. Now, that looks really good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start sticking the siding on this. Remember I said I'm just going to tile around it. Shouldn't be much of a problem. I'm going to stick a bigger door frame out here too. So, as a matter of fact, everything will be even. And how improved this is, if I were to shove a brick here, there's no gap on the side, which is really good. So I'm not too worried about that. We're not going to see that, it's all going to be hidden. So let's go get some more slopes. And I don't think I have them within reach. That didn't take too long to find, so I grab my bin of slopes. And I'm going to start at the bottom. Now the good thing about these floating foundations, I can move this around. I can put the landscape in right underneath without having to peel everything up. So I'm not too worried about that. Very flaky. As a matter of fact, I'm going to need to offset these. So for this side by the door, I'm going to pop that off. And I'm just going to stick two 1x1 slopes in there just to kind of continue the pattern going by the door. I'm hoping to have that door frame in a brown. I think I do. It's got to be a 1 or 2x4x6 frame. Okay. Now I didn't think about this. If I had enough, could have stick some green in there. It'll look really good. But I don't have those. I know they make them in 1x1 form, but you know, the whole thing is to get that on there. Well, you don't want to see me do this whole thing, so I'm just going to go ahead and rush through it. And we'll come back when I'm finished. Well, let's crown off the top of this with some 2x2 plates. Well, honestly, white looks kind of bland on that. You know, I'm trying to break this up a bit. So I'm thinking about using some tan on the top. And if you put the olive green on top of that, that looks pretty good. Now I could just put brown in there if I really wanted to, but I'm already going to be using a brown door frame because I do have the 1x4x6 frame that I can just set that in there. And you don't want to get too much of the same color. It's going to look kind of odd. So I'm thinking about just shoving these right there. Let's see here. We got a 1x1. We can just put that like that. Stick this one on the side, and then we'll fill the remainder in with some 2x6 plates. Now, if I'm going to put a window on here, I got to think on this for a second. You don't need to make too many boo-boos on this. Well, if I stick some of those windows that are 3 bricks high, that would put me right at the even edge of that door. That's what I was saying. I can just set the windows on top of that. Okay, so we're going to do that. I really wanted to use larger windows on the front. You know, I still do. I just wish there was a way to do it. I may end up coming up with something. It's not really critical though, because I think a big window here would look good. Or I could do is drop this window all the way down. I haven't thought about it yet. I'll stick some of this here. Alrighty. I don't know what I'm going to title this video yet. Probably siding woes or something. And honestly, that looks really good. And imagine just this sitting here like that. I mean, it looks really good. You got to have different color. I don't want to build just some bland house. So now for windows, you know what? Never mind. I just thought of something that would work. Because if I'm going to stick something that's 3 bricks high, it's even with the door. Okay? That's what I'm looking for right there. Boy, that doesn't sound too good. I feel like I'm going to pull the whole thing apart. So anyways, now to decide what kind of door we're going to put in here, I don't know. Some have said use the white door. I wish I had a different type of door in here. Now remember, this is going to be green. You know what? Could put a red door in there too. Or since this is an older style house, I could do is set a yellow door, and the reason why is because yellow would actually look really good. Whoa, where are you going there? Yellow would look really good with the olive green. Black would also look good too. Of course, we got the white in the back. Brown would be too much. You guys and gals can help me out. I also got the green, purple doesn't look good unless the house walls were pink. Light blue, no, not so much. This, if I were to set this up against this color scheme, seems like that door just seems a bit too odd. Now if that door was in dark green, that would look even better. I would use a dark green door. But I'm leaning towards the yellow door. I don't think I've used a yellow door in any of my houses. I might have, I don't remember. I think maybe it was the bungalow, or not the bungalow, the shotgun house that I made. So I think I'm going to stick with the yellow door. I'll let you guys and gals help me out with that, but it looks pretty good. And you can see I got a mess up here. So if I were to just set that in there, actually I think that looks pretty good actually. So the next thing now we can actually do is start raising the walls, because the rest of the house is just bricks. And I just fluffed this up because, I mean, how many bricks high is this anyways? Well, that's exactly 3 bricks high. So guess what I just saved? 3 rows of bricks on the front. And I mean, I could have came around right here too and brought these out. I could still do that, but I don't want to do that. That's not quite what I have in mind. So anyways, that's pretty much about it. Tell me what you think, and stay tuned for more updates. We'll be sure to have a lot more to go on for you. If you like this video, be sure to comment your thoughts and click that like button. To show your appreciation, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell to get notified of my latest LEGO video content. Check out my other LEGO related videos and visit my social media. Thank you for watching.